Yeah. It's off for the money about come my way. Go.
Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Yeah, be Obi Antone Coalition.
What else?
Oh, fade it out, John. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys.
Episode 2.
Episode dose, guys.
Thank you so much for your support.
And all the love.
All the gas.
We definitely milked that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We were loving it.
Mm-hmm.
We felt like we were celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
I had to walk outside with my sunglasses on, my jacket,
scarf.
my hat, like paparazzi was everywhere. Everywhere, John. But anyways.
But this is the life we've chosen for ourselves, and we accepted that. Oh, God. Just kidding.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for everybody that shared it, gave us feedback. Keep the feedback coming because that's really important to us. And yeah, we're glad we can entertain you guys.
Mm-hmm. And we're glad you find our perspective and our input valuable. So yeah, let's keep this thing going.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
Episode dose. And shout out to Fola for sending us 30 cents each on Venmo. You guys can do the same right
Follow
here.
suits. Yes,
follow
suits.
30 cents, $30 million.
$30. Lunch.
$1 million. Lunch, food, yes.
Or we will supply wish lists if you want to just buy us things. So
we're adding that as a segment or a
feature.
portion. With our Spotify playlist, we also have a wish list for things that we want. We will let you know the P.O. box whenever we get it.
Send it to us.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We will gladly take
They're going to airplane. But it's okay.
Okay, so episode 2, let's do this thing.
All right, so episode 2, well, you've seen it already. The name is Having Wild Wild Thoughts.
About being a wild, wild thought.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been there. I've been there. Go ahead, Joe. Why is this episode named that?
It's not just like thoughting on like sexually.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess why it came up was we were having a conversation and I had seen somebody, I think she's like a stripper,
Mm-hmm.
and she had like a brand new Mercedes and doing all these, not saying that strippers are thoughts, but this particular one was. and she had all these things. I'm like, yo, I'm out here struggling, trying to live life honestly.
Yeah.
I'm really having wild, wild thoughts about being a wild, wild thought.
That's so true. I've made it pretty far in that trying to I have a profile set up.
What is this? Sugarbaby.com?
Sugar seeking arrangements. Also sugarbaby.com. Got a profile. No shame. Made it to a date. You know what's funny though? I actually got a graphic design client out of that.
And these are the success stories.
I got business
success stories.
You know, I didn't thought the lady out, but I got business. So the lady, yeah. Her.
Yeah, I have on multiple occasions considered doing outlandish things. I was about to move to California and be a drug dealer or a gangbanger because I heard that the city was paying, not the city, but the state of California was paying gangbangers like $1.5 million to keep the peace. So I was like, let me just go there and bang for a little bit.
Quit everything and go.
Right. I mean, big back be bull.
Chill out, big back.
I can B-walk or C-walk or whatever you want me to walk with the rest of them. Teach me the choreography. I got you, bro. I did consider at one time being a trap queen.
Yeah.
I went pretty far in that process, actually, reaching out to connects. And I was like, you know what? This is not my life. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It was just like, I was only going to do it for a year, save enough money to invest in like legitimate businesses that I really wanted to start. Yeah. And also buy my Range Rover.
I was just trying to get some quick money fast.
Yeah, because, this honest living thing wasn't working out.
At all. This morals thing clearly doesn't work.
Obviously.
No, we're good though. We're good.
No, we're good. But at the end of the day, it's like you see people doing these crazy things and coming up, and your first thought is, why not?
Right.
It's not even, you don't even condemn the lifestyle. You're just like, no, why not? Like, maybe I can do that.
It looks pretty easy. Yeah. Well.
It's not, but at the end of the day, that's not, okay, those thoughts really kicked into high gear though, whenever I was illegal and making minimum wage, but supporting myself. And I'm like, you know what? weed is not gonna kill anybody if I sell it. What is that really gonna do to somebody?
And that was the time where I created all those profiles, because I was like, you know what? I got a young face. These old men's are pervs, but you know, might try it out. But there were like some weirdos up there too, though. Some really weird ones.
No, I believe that.
Some guy asked me if he can come and be my table.
No. That's what you want, though.
That's
like
true.
if you were gonna be a sugar baby, be a dominatrix sugar baby.
But I didn't know that was a thing, so I was kind of like, why?
I got IKEA for that.
Why?
I don't need you to.
Yeah, and after that, I was like, you know what? Let me stop wasting my time on these things, because it's clearly not taking me anywhere.
No, and like you hear these stories about people that will meet somebody, be like, oh yeah, all he wanted was me to sit down and have dinner with him, and he gave me $5,000 each time. What? Girl,
where do I sign up?
Look at me getting dressed. I'm like,
where do I sign up?
I just got dressed. Like, I will be at that dinner table. Like, you want to give me $5,000 to eat dinner with you? What you want? Salmon or steak?
You want me to cook dinner? I will cook
I'll
dinner.
cook. I can cook.
That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not even like thought. And it's okay if you want to be a thought.
Yeah.
Because, and that's another thing is like it's kind of like this like thing where sexual freedom is now becoming popular. Mm-hmm. It's not popular. It's not becoming more accepted, especially among women.
Yeah.
But growing up, that's something that we just never talked about. Yeah. I feel like a lot of other cultures or people talked more about sex and everything that comes along with it, whether it's protection, whether it's like how to go about it if you want to be free. Yeah. But we didn't. Like, to this day, I still don't have those conversations with my family members.
The only sex talk we got was, do not have sex until you get married.
Because it's in the Bible.
My dad probably still thinks right now.
If you didn't want him to know that, you probably should have said that. Don't share this. No, but
Pastor Michael will kill me.
He's gonna kill you. No, but seriously, we don't talk about it, and it's one of those things. Like, at one point, I had a Boyz II Men ringtone on my phone, and it was "I'll Make Love to You," and I just love the song.
That's a good song.
It's Boyz II Men. Like, why not?
Yeah.
My mom freaked out when it started playing. She was like, "What is this?" Like, made me delete it. And so I was confused because I didn't know anything about sex or anything until I was like maybe a sophomore, junior in high school.
Yeah, well, I knew about sex and stuff, but like I didn't know that high schoolers were having it. And like when people would show up pregnant at school, I'm like,
how did this happen?
Do you know? It's like, do you know what you have to do for that to happen?
Like, you know the process for this?
Like, yeah, really innocent. Like, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about safety. At all. Like, even like my parents, no, they never talked about it.
And I don't think it's something that is off with our culture. Like, if I go, like, my brother had a daughter out of wedlock, and when it happened, I was shocked. And not shocked because I didn't think it would happen. I was just shocked because I'm like, oh my goodness, how are my parents gonna handle this? And then when the way they handled it was very kind of calm for them, or for what you would think they would do. Yeah. They did keep pushing him to marry the girl, and he refused. But that was my first instance of seeing like somebody close to me have an effect of having sex out of wedlock. And then now all of a sudden these conversations are coming up, and my dad would call and he'd ask us if we're dealing with anybody or how you're doing, and then his ending conversation would be like, you know, the only thing you have in this world is your body and your mind. And I'm like, are you trying to tell me to stay pure, or are you trying to tell me to work out?
Yeah.
Like, which one are we talking about today? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, my dad definitely had a talk with me, but this is like after like college and stuff. He just had like an emotional breakdown because my sister, she had 2 kids out of wedlock, and which is exciting for me because like everybody was getting in trouble and I'm like the last girl, so it's like
everything at that point Winnie could be an artist if that's what you want to do. Be an artist. You ain't bringing nothing.
My dad was like, just take care of your body, just make sure you don't get taken advantage of, and like all that. That was the only time he's ever talked about like sex and like my body to me, but it was more so like don't do it until you get married.
Yeah. But I do remember in elementary school we had dances, and my parents, we couldn't go because we were Christians.
What is a dance?
Supposedly. That's what
Christians don't dance.
or clap. So I would
yeah, we went to Southern Baptist churches.
when we came to the US, like super restricted, whatever. But I'm also 8 to 9 years old at this point, and I want to go to this dance, and my parents finally accept like the premise that I'm gonna go to this dance, and the first thing my dad tells me is to not take a drink from anybody.
Like an alcoholic beverage?
Like a drink. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, don't take a drink from anybody. If anybody hands you food or drink, don't take it. And
What
I was like,
in the world?
And so that's every time. That's and I've been so paranoid. I'm like, why did he tell me that as an 8-year-old? I'm like, if you're gonna tell an 8-year-old that, you need to tell them what comes on after that.
Yeah.
Because you can't just tell me. I mean, that's a good advice.
There's not going to be alcohol at middle school functions.
Elementary school. Elementary school. After he refused to buy me deodorant, he started talking about not taking drinks from people. I'm like, my musty ass ain't gonna get taken advantage of. Like, nobody wants me. They gonna talk to me like, yo, like, no, sir.
Week.
Can't do
That's
it.
funny. Anyways.
Can't do it. But okay. Today's episode we're just gonna talk about basically outlandish as ideas and things that we've done because of the struggle.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to work when you are illegal. You just need to survive off of straight hustle.
Actually, but even when I was going to school, you were not allowed to work as an international student unless it's on campus.
That's true.
And the max hours you can work is 20 hours, and then you can only get paid like minimum wage. So I was like,
and this doesn't mean that you have a scholarship to the school. It
Right.
just means
you can work on campus.
so you're expected to pay for school, not
Pay
get
out of
any
state tuition.
out of state tuition, which is double in-state tuition.
Right.
Not get any financial aid.
At all.
And
then work on campus for
20 hours.
For 20 hours max. Like that's it. And it's a little unrealistic. Like you have to go work for somebody under their table or just find somebody that does not pay attention to paperwork at all. And like that was
which is easy. So actually,
it because I was doing it. Yeah, so that's how I got into like healthcare, which every African does when they come here. They become a CNA because that's the only thing. Like healthcare is always going to be in. People are all going to be sick and asses need to be wiped. So I took my CNA course and I was going to start doing like going on Craigslist to do like private duty because people don't really. They just want your license and shit like that. And if that's good, then you're okay.
right.
So I did that. Then I just I found a company that just they were going through a transition.
Yeah.
So the office manager, like, they hired me because they needed somebody like right away.
Right.
And then like the stars aligned and the office manager was like leaving and nobody double checked my paperwork. And like I was waiting, I was like antsy for like every time we had like a review or needed update paperwork, and I'm just like shitting bricks because I'm like, fuck, if they find out that I am not supposed to be working here, I'm gonna get fired because this is the only job that I have. I'm scared to leave because I can't go anywhere else because of my paperwork. But yeah, shit's crazy. But I had to do it.
Were you even able to take the CNA test?
Yeah.
Okay, because when my sister was going to take the CNA test, I think you had a social security number at the time.
Yeah. So.
But you had a social.
Right. And so that's how we had to learn how to finesse shit.
Yeah.
So when you come here, like Joan was saying in the last episode, she didn't have. Well, did you say that last? Was it the first time we recorded? You talked about it.
Yeah, I didn't have a social security number when I first got here.
Yeah. So
I had a tax ID number.
Right.
Basically, I was a business.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just to clear that up.
So the way we had to finesse it was I had to get like an on-campus job And because it's an on-campus job, you still have to go to like through IRS and like all that. So the school will issue you like paperwork that you can take to the Social Security office to get a Social Security number. So I got that, but there's like a big ass stamp on it too. It's like not valid for work without department
DHS authorization.
DHS authorization. So. Of course, when somebody sees that, they're like, okay, yeah, you're not supposed, where's the rest of your paperwork to back this up? And so my social had a stamp on that, like on it saying that. So I was able to like apply for jobs and like start doing taxes and all that stuff because I had a Social Security number.
Yeah. It was, the tax ID number was completely different in the sense of like if we as immigrants in the US, because we were under my dad, received any money for any reason, we were able to report it and pay taxes on it, and that was it. And like that was why they
receive money like a donation,
or if you worked for any reason at all. And you basically, if you're like a contract person, you got a W-9 or whatever, you can still pay your taxes. That's all they cared about, is if you receive money while you're in the U.S. legally, you need to pay taxes on it. So we had tax ID numbers, and we just said they were Social Security numbers.
Seriously?
Yes.
Finesse.
And but the thing is, like, immigrants know more about the U.S. system and history than U.S. born people.
Dog, so
I had to tell my boss. I had to walk him through at the time whenever I was finessing the heck out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is exactly the same thing as a Social Security number. You can just put this thing in. And I'm like, you can report to the IRS the same. They'll send you W-2 for me. It's cool. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And so then they came back, a letter came back from the IRS, and they were like, we don't have this registered. Is it this? And then they give you an option that validates
You know what? It's that one, right?
Not knowing, like, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck that is, but yes, that's it. If that means I can work, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And even with Linda, when she did her CNA, because she wanted to do the same thing, you can't take the CNA test without having a social. So she had to go to the agency, say that her test date was pushed out several months, and they let her take the job and be a CNA, and she just kept saying the test date was canceled, and they kept letting her work.
What in the Yo, actually, I've learned throughout the process of being undocumented that people really do not pay attention at all. People don't pay attention, either one, because they don't have time to, or two, they don't care. Which is nuts.
And this let me be
which has worked to our benefit. So you know what?
Keep it that way.
Right.
Except it's made me more paranoid in other areas because I don't have this unwavering faith in the system here.
Yeah.
I respect it, and I respect how it's supposed to work. But when I see it not working, I'm not blown away.
Yeah.
And I also don't have a faith that it's always going to work.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to things like security, when it comes to things like protection or anything like that, I'm not surprised when they don't work out, but it also makes me really paranoid for my friends and stuff that are going through it. I'm like, listen, don't have so much faith in this system because they're not aware and they don't pay attention.
They don't.
Because if somebody like me can slide through for several years.
Several. Yeah.
It's not. And it sucks that it took 9/11 to happen before any type of crackdown happened.
Yeah.
Because they were chilling in the U.S. too.
Yeah.
But they were legal. So if an illegal immigrant can get that far, imagine how a legal immigrant who has bad intentions, how far they can get.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So it's made me a little bit more paranoid. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because I just realized how unaware people are. They don't watch their surroundings. They don't read everything through.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what it is. But yeah.
Anyways. What's
drink of the week?
Drink of the week. I completely forgot. All right. So we're having drink of the weeks, and this week's drink is called a wild berry THOT.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed it.
I was in my car. I'm like, bro, that's clever. So anyways, it's like berries and lemonade and mint and cute shit. And this week we are toasting to
our success for last week's episode.
We're really famous now. We're not.
It's like we are not really famous. Oh my goodness.
But this is good though. I will insert the recipe if y'all want it.
She'll insert the recipe. Because
Yeah,
you
and
obviously
even
can't
if
respond.
Yeah. This is not a live video.
But yeah, at the end of the day, you have wild thoughts about doing a lot of wild things, thotting, selling drugs, your body, whatever it is. And depending on the situation, sometimes you think it's okay. I will say thank God for a certain level of morals because we haven't gone as far as others have gone. Because these situations put people in harm. There are women who put themselves in a situation of being escorts or whatever, trying to make this quick money or whatever, and they end up dead in the sex trade or worse. So
Worse than dead?
I don't know. I wasn't sure.
It's okay. Yeah, I almost went to amateur night
At the strip club?
Yep.
I mean, amateur, so it's not like you do it every day.
Exactly. I was gonna try it out. A lot of things ran through my mind. A lot of things. Actually, I was on the brink of becoming a stripper, or like multiple times. The brink.
When you say the brink, you had the shoes. I mean, at one point you did have a stripper pole at your house, so you were on the brink.
I was there.
You were there.
Oh,
you just needed a job.
That's true. I was trying to research places that are not around here because Raleigh and Wake Forest is small, and I don't need my ass everywhere. But I'm definitely about to
bust it wide open, and I tell them bring it back, bust it open.
One cheek for $1.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think that we have done a really good job about empowering people who have taken those avenues. I guess you could say, because at the end of the day, if that's what you decide to do, that's what you decide to do. And the judgment, especially coming from us or anybody, cannot exist there anymore. Yeah. There is a safety concern with a lot of these different avenues, but I think judging them and putting them in certain categories or really looking down on them is a bad thing on our part.
It is.
Because we don't understand.
Yeah, we don't know their struggle. Like, we don't know what they're going through. We don't know why they're doing what they're doing, because they have to take care of, like, themselves. even if they're posting their Mercedes or whatever they have, like, you know, they could have somebody that's sick or in the hospital or, like, kids to take care of. And that's just their job.
Begin a Mercedes. I mean, there's that.
That is true.
I mean, they can give it to me.
I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to shake their ass so they can buy a Mercedes to give it to you, Joan. Oh. You have not because you asked not, actually. So,
that is the motto for illegal immigrants.
That's a
motto. That should be the motto for everybody. You have not because you asked not.
Because you never know what somebody's going to say.
The Lord said it. Live by it.
Please, people.
Please.
Yeah.
So, if anybody wants to give me a 2018 Range Rover Sport,
and I would like a Porsche Panamera, please, thank you, in white.
White as well with the black top, black wheels.
Yes.
Cognac interior. Heated windshield. Thank you.
Oh, there's a heated windshield.
Girl.
I can't wait to be rich.
I can't wait. All right, moving on. Right. So, toast to our first episode. Thank you guys. And so let's move into the weekend recap.
Last weekend, we recorded our first episode, and then we went to our friend's birthday party, Dirty 30, which was fun. Good vibes, good food, drinks. And then we left to go to another party, and when we were leaving,
got in a car accident.
Yeah. It wasn't a terrible... Well, clearly we're here, so...
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't a terrible accident, but it was still kind of like, oh, shit, this just happened.
And my car is not drivable, which sucks. Because if I was undocumented at that time, I wouldn't have been able to peel off.
Yeah. Okay.
Girl, I left that car and ran.
We laugh about that all the time. Like, we can't get into accidents or... like, just kind of play around in cars. And that's why I'm so, like, paranoid, like, when people drive now. Because I used to be so paranoid before.
Yeah.
About getting in accidents, because I might have to peel off and go. Because I have no documentation to be here.
No, I won't peel off as long as you agree not to call the police.
True.
But if you're calling the police, I'm going to be like, okay, let me go in my car real quick and get my registration.
Oh, you know what? That happened to me.
Oh, really?
That happened to me. Like, there's one time I got into a car accident, and this lady was like freaking out. It was her first accident ever. So I'm just like, let me just get your insurance information. I'll give you mine. Like, it's okay. Because she was freaking out because it was her fault. She was freaking out. And then I just kind of like calmed her down. I'm like, yeah, let me just get your information. And then we can just let the insurance companies like handle it. Whatever. Like, yeah, that was the time I was riding dirty. I'm like, yeah, we can't call no cops. Because if you try to call a cop now. And the only thing that was messed up was my side view mirror.
Yeah.
So yeah, if she wanted to call the cops. I was like, no, we don't need to call. We don't need to do that. Let's not call the cops. Let's not call the cops.
Not today. I got in a car one time when I was going to Chick-fil-A, and I was riding dirty, pretending to be my sister, and this guy hit me on the side, and so I get out of the car. People are like, I can't believe he just hit you. I already called the police. Don't worry about it. So I'm freaking out. So I call my sister. She's at Chick-fil-A. She takes the Chick-fil-A company car, drives to the site. So the cop is there, and I'm just freaking out. He's like, can I get your license and everything? So I'm like walking to the car. Linda like pulls up and she slams up. She's like, what's going on here? And I'm like, Linda, it's okay. She's like, no, we don't need you. She's talking to the cops like, we don't need you. We don't need anybody. We're okay. We don't need you. Don't get in the car. Drive away. And I'm like, Linda, you're making it worse by freaking out like this. The police are going to think there's something up. Like literally she's in the middle of the intersection like, we don't need you. We don't need you. Get in the car and go.
That sounds like Linda. That's pretty spot on for Linda.
And she's just like spazzing on me. She's like, how could you get in a car accident? I'm like, well, I mean,
how could you get in a car accident?
I couldn't stop the guy from hitting me when he decided to just drive off. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, when them police get there,
it's over. It's over.
It's real.
Oh, bruh. There was a time I was riding dirty, and this goes back to like the first episode. I was riding dirty, and I was like on my way somewhere, and I had my sister's license, and I was driving her car, so I'm lit. And we were on this highway, but like the highway turned into a street, so it, like the speed limit went down by like 30. And I mean, my sister has like a new Hyundai Sonata, so you cannot feel that thing speeding at all. So I was like speeding, then I saw the speed limit, I was starting to slow down, but it was too late. I saw her whoop whoop. I was like, fuck. Like, and I had 2 other people in my car, so I'm like, dang, I can't do a switcheroo. It's not gonna work.
Which she did with me one time. Go ahead.
It worked. Anyways, that's what friends are for, John.
Nah, bro.
Well, thank you for doing that.
DUIs are not what friends are for. I don't have one, by the way. I'm just saying I potentially could have had one.
That's true. But it wasn't that terrible. Anyways, that's a story for another day, guys. So I got stopped, and so I took my sister's license, and I'm memorizing it. And I like memorized her birthday, so I'm like lit, like memorize like height, weight, like whatever, right? So he comes up to the car. He's like, "Ma'am, you know you were speeding." I was like, "I didn't realize I was. I'm not from around here." And he was like, "Let me get your license and registration." So I handed my sister's card. Like my sister's a little bit heavier than me, but we look similar. We don't. Close enough. We got the same haircut. Anyways. So we don't look alike enough for a cop who uses investigative skills every day.
Right.
So I just kind of like handed it to him, and I wasn't looking him in the eye or anything. And he was on the passenger side, so I thought I was good. So he's kind of like at the car for like a long time. Like, of course, like when I get nervous, my ass gets hot and it starts sweating. And so I got hot and sweaty. And so he came back. He was like, what's your name again? I was like, oh, Rosemary. He was like, okay, Rosemary, when's your birthday? So he starts like quizzing me on the license. I was like, March 23rd. Then I told him the year. He's like, okay, how old are you? I was like, 30. He's like, what's your name?
Who are you? Yeah.
I'm like, my name is Winnie. Then he was like, I don't know what's wrong with your license, ma'am, but you need to take care of that. I'm not going to write you up for that, but make sure you take care of it before your court date for speeding.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, but I definitely pled guilty to that speeding ticket.
Paid it.
Because the points are going on a license that is non-existent. So...
Gotcha. That's the gotcha. That's funny.
It is. So anyways, I don't know what we were talking about before.
We were talking about having wild thoughts about being a wild thought. But thoughting in every sense of life.
Yeah.
Whether it's danger sexually or,
Just
everything.
yeah. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, it's not a comfortable thing to feel like you can't. What are you doing?
My laptop isn't charging.
Oh, it's not a comfortable thing to feel like. I'm just gonna let you finish. Go ahead and finish because this is really distracting.
What is going on?
Is your laptop almost dead?
It's not. Oh, there's fur in the way. That's such a. There we go. The fur was in the way. I'm back, guys. Sorry.
You know what?
Are you over it?
I'm over it. I'm really over it today.
It's okay. We had a long night. Oh, weekend recap. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, we had it was a straight weekend.
Yeah.
And yesterday we actually went out, and so I feel like maybe that's why we're a little off today. Apologies.
I don't think we're off. I think we're good.
I think we're off.
You think so?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Don't judge us.
Don't judge me. Anyways, weekend recap. So we got into a car accident.
Yeah.
Spirits were very low that night. We just kind of went to sleep.
Yeah.
And
woke up still low spirits.
yeah. So, and then last night
we went to see It that day.
We did go see It,
which is really funny. I'm not a scary movie person, but it was actually really hilarious. Those kids,
yeah,
they know what they're doing.
They did a good job.
Whatever acting school they at, that's where what's his name needs to go. I'm not gonna say that. Let me stop. Okay.
Whisper it.
No. Okay. It's okay.
So we went to see It, and then I guess we'll recap.
That was it. No, that's really it.
Yeah, that was it.
It wasn't lit at all.
Aww.
But the best part about it was we got to film our episode. So
we did.
Moving on.
We're gonna try to keep doing this every Saturday. So I guess we'll see what we get into tonight. I don't know what that will be, but we'll have something for you next week.
But the fun part of our podcast is here, which is World Recap. World Recap.
I really need to figure something out
For that?
Yeah.
World Recap. The hurricanes are gone.
The hurricanes.
They didn't touch North Carolina. I mean, it's bright sun. It rained like a day.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I low-key wanted it to kind of
Bring
just
hell and high water.
enough so that I didn't have to go into work. Sorry, Kima, I know you're listening. But so we can work from home type of situation.
You're a graphic designer, Winnie.
I know, but it's just...
You enjoy what you do.
I do. But just kind of like, just waking up and like driving...
Yeah, that's
it's just kind of, it gets a little bit tedious, but anyways. But I'm glad that it wasn't really bad here for us.
It was really bad, of course, in Florida and other areas. And luckily enough, like I said, the U.S. has all these aid partners, and FEMA is down there. Mm-hmm. But I think what a lot of people don't know is if you are an undocumented immigrant or an immigrant who has a certain status, like a DACA recipient, you are not eligible for FEMA aid.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're all out on their own.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You are not eligible for federal aid at all.
Oh, so because it's federal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because we can't get like financial aid or like
unemployment, nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not. You can't get FEMA. So that's something that came up recently that I just, you don't think about all the factors that go into this. Like you think about the homeless people, oh my goodness, or but there's people who have sacrificed a lot to build a life here and have, some of them have acquired a certain level of legal status.
You have to be in more.
Huh?
You have to come in a little bit more. Yeah.
A certain level of legal status.
So dramatic.
and still cannot get any support when things like this happen. Yeah. So keep them in your prayers. Moving on. Actually, this happened today.
What?
I totally forgot to add this to the list. So CNN was talking about the whole Jemele Hill. She's a ESPN person for one of their shows. Mm-hmm. And she tweeted something the other day about Trump being a white supremacist. I mean, which was not a lie.
Right.
But then the White House is asking for ESPN to fire her.
Wait, why?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So because Trump's feelings are hurt, but he couldn't actually. So
fire
the White
her?
House could not denounce white supremacy, but they can say they want to. Anyways, so yeah, so of course everybody's talking about this. So CNN had two guys on this lady. I forgot her name on her segment to comment on this. Mm-hmm. And one of the guys, he's a Fox News sports guy. His name is Clay Travis. He literally, as he's talking about it, he says the only things that he can rely on or he has never failed him here in the U.S. is freedom of speech and boobs.
What? Oh my God.
Mind you, the lady who works at CNN who's leading the segment is a woman. Was a woman.
Oh my God.
So he says it and she's like, what? And there's a black guy who's the other commentator. Both of them are like,
yo, these people are wild.
And so she's like, wait. Did you say BOOBS or booze? He was like, no. The only thing that's
and then he clarified it? Oh God.
Clarified and said boobs. So then they asked the other guy. He's like, he talks about how her race is an issue. Her race is an issue. It plays into it because it does. Her gender plays into it because it does, and all these different things. And he was like, and I know for a fact all people deal with this like sexist comments, like the guy just said, right? And he's like, I knew you would say this. And the lady's like, you just said the only things that never failed you is the First Amendment and boobs.
Wow. On
national television. 2017 is not failing. He's not getting fired. He's a white male. Of course he's not getting fired. But I had to bring that up because it really shocked me today.
That's crazy.
That this is how open people have become with their stupidity.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
It's so open. It's so out there. People are just stupid. And they're getting jobs for it. They're getting praised for it. Like, the more outlandish you are, the more ignorant you are almost, just the more hateful you are, you're being uplifted. And that's never been proven more by the President of the United States of America.
Stupidity drives fame nowadays.
Because that girl just got a record deal.
Which one?
Bad Barbie, whatever her name is. Catch Me Outside Girl.
That's her name? Bad Barbie?
That's what she calls herself. Bad, BHAD, Bobby. No R.
Wait. Bad Baby?
It's Bobby, but it's
B-A what?
BHAD, bad.
Bad.
Bobby, BHAABIE.
Bobby. She's just a freaking idiot. It's baby with the extra A and spelled wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's Bobby.
Oh, this is terrible. Why is this live? And who was it? Atlantic Records that signed her. You should be ashamed
of yourself.
You should. That's so trash. We should make a song.
Be on the lookout. Coming soon, dropping. No,
it's not.
Spring 2018.
I mean, we got a mic, so
hey, we'll talk about it. I'm about to bribe.
I thought you were about to bust out. I was like, what?
No, I cannot freestyle.
Me neither. There's that. I be trying in my car. I'm like, the farthest I've got is my name is Winnie.
And if you start a rap with my name is
Winnie,
it's over.
I'm not very skinny.
You're 5'2" and weigh 118 pounds on a good day.
I weigh 125.
Me, my guy.
I gained weight, guys. 125.
I'm not very skinny. You're literally the skinniest person around.
I'm thick though.
Yeah, because you got a fat ass.
Anyways, world recap. I'm so sorry. World recap.
Right. Okay. St. Louis.
Yeah.
There's this cop in St. Louis that killed a black man. You know, the usual.
That sucks.
It sucks that you have to say that. It's like, it sucks
because somebody died.
But of course he wasn't charged for it. And it's crazy because in the video before he killed this guy, he was like, we're going to kill this guy. He said that they were going to kill him. Like the way that he said it.
But he said, we're going to kill this nigger.
Something like, yeah. And I'm like, sir, not sir, justice system. How do you not convict somebody like him?
That's crazy.
And it just makes me, and I think my mind always goes back to this because another reason why I'm a little paranoid with police officers is not just because at one point I was not supposed to be in the U.S., but when things like this happen and you see how invaluable Black life is, or a person of color's life is. Like, then you think about how far the media and people go to discredit their life.
Yeah.
God forbid that person was an illegal immigrant or something. It's like, why would we even, like, they were not even supposed to be here.
Right, and that's like the first, that does not justify you killing like,
somebody.
Their death. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
And I always go to them, like, I'm scared, because if anything happens, even in my current legal status, it's like, well, she's not even a U.S. citizen.
I mean, that kind of goes back to, like, getting federal aid. Well, like, if you're illegal, like, oh, but you're not supposed to be here.
So, I mean, if you go to the hospital and you're super sick and you're an illegal immigrant and the hospital finds out, they'll take care of you to the point where you can travel.
To go home.
To go home. To go back to where you're supposed to be.
We'll fix you enough
for you to be on a plane. So even if you hop off the plane wherever you
die,
they did their job. That's crazy.
The system is trash.
Super trash. But anyway, so that's happening. Positive news though. Shout out to my homeland, Ghana.
Yes.
Officially.
Yeah. High
school is free.
Yay!
Oh,
and that's,
by the way, you have to pay for school.
Yeah. From preschool to college, basically. Yeah. And that's another thing why our parents were so hard on us when we came here, because education is free here. Yeah. Well, of course, like until like 12th grade. And back home, we have to pay for school. We have school fees, and we have to wear uniforms, like all that, all that stuff. Yeah, so that's amazing. That's amazing. Do you know why?
The new president. He's done a really good job, just with a lot of things from when it comes to economics and education in Ghana. I'm hoping that with him as president, that this will be enacted quicker, because in 1995, Ghana made primary school, which they call like elementary schools, and junior high schools, which was like middle schools, free. But in 2014 is when it officially became like across the board. Okay. Nobody was really paying. So it's a slow process. Bureaucracy is just slow there. So with
that's an understatement.
It's non-existent.
It literally moves at the pace of a sloth.
Damn, not even a snail.
Not even a snail, a sloth, bruh.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. So hopefully with this new high school thing being passed, that it goes a little quicker. And I think it's gonna be great. Yeah. I mean, my mom didn't go to high school because when she was in school, you had to take a test to get into high school. Okay. And if you pass the test or whatever, but depending on your score, your family would decide if you were just going to stay home and work, or if they were willing to pay for you to go to high school.
Oh, wow.
She passed and got a great score and was one of those people that would be like, you're going to go to school for free potentially and go to the U.S. or whatever. This test also helps people determine like whether they're going to send their kids to the U.S. for school too. But like, yeah, so but her family was like, well, yeah, you're smart and everything, but we need somebody to take care of the house, so you're not going to school. But those are real life problems, you know. Women don't go to school whenever they're on their period because they don't have access to sanitary pads. I mean, young males don't go to school because they have to help on the farm, or they have to, you know, support their families and get money. And so we're lucky. Yeah. And a lot of kids back home are lucky too because their families can afford to pay for them to go to school. But if you can't, it's not like here in the U.S. where the law says you have to be in school till you're 16 or something like that. Yeah. No, I mean, if you're 12 years old or you're 6 years old or you're 10 or however old you are and your family decides school ain't for you, school ain't for you. Yeah. And that's it.
Damn, we need you home more. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's good news though. Yeah. Not so good news. Nigeria is on the brink of civil war. You know how to like pit that against each other. You know, Ghana good, Nigeria.
So much. Who has better jollof?
Ghana.
Oh. I've never had. Who's making the jollof today?
We're going to Sam's house for jollof rice.
So it's Ghanaian jollof. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've never had. I think I've had Ghanaian jollof before, but I've never had Nigerian jollof
before. It's dry.
Damn. I'm sorry. so dry.
It's so dry.
Oh gosh.
But the Nigerian government just classified the indigenous people of, and I'm gonna butcher this because I don't speak Igbo or anything like that, Biafra, and as a terrorist group, and declaring these people as a terrorist group opens the door for mass arrests and military operations against them. The problem with this is that the Nigerian military might have underestimated the amount of support and sympathy these people have, and they're in like southeast Nigeria, and the problems their alienation could feed. So it's a potential crisis, and they're already dealing with what are their names? The people that stole those girls.
What? It's right there.
It's okay. They're already dealing with another terrorist group. The ones that everybody was saying, bring back our girls, and forgot about it 2 weeks later. Those girls still aren't back yet, by the way. I mean, some of them are back, but a majority of them are still not back. Anyways, so yeah, world recap. That's what's going on. There's a lot of good things happening.
Yeah.
I feel like right now a lot of Africans are are more, what's the word? Clear on what they want and they expect from their government.
Yeah. And
we're demanding a lot more, and I think it's moving into a really good space.
I agree.
Where a lot of countries are demanding that their officials are held accountable for the decisions they make. They want their freedom. They want the ability to actually vote freely and not feel like they're going to get killed or held at gunpoint to vote for a certain person.
I think also with social media and us having access to everything, I think because like anytime like something was reported about like countries or like elections and stuff, like they don't really show you like what's going on. So I think now the governments are starting to notice that the world is looking at them, so they're starting to straighten it up. Some of them don't care
at all.
Yeah. But I think that's another reason why it's becoming more, I guess, more so accepted to speak up and just
people traveling more.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see like my black friends especially, and even white people travel and see that we don't live in tree houses or
huts.
Or a hut. I mean,
not
some
all
people
of us,
do
yeah.
And it's like, it's okay if we do, like some people are okay with that. You know what grinds my gears?
What?
Whenever people expect to come to a country and expose them to something different. Like, if you want to bring good healthcare to Africa, do that. But don't expect them in turn to want to be like you.
Right.
Like, you can give people the good things in life without expecting them to shift their whole culture, shift who they are,
to accommodate you,
to resemble you, to make you feel better about your, lack of a better word, whiteness.
Yep. I mean,
that's what it is. Yeah. It's mostly the European descendants who are doing this. Like China and India, they have relations in Africa and they do a lot of work in Africa, but you don't see us wearing turbans.
Or what are the Chinese cloths called?
Or making Korean barbecue. we still doing our thing as Africans. And benefiting from business relationships with these different countries. And it just seems like the West is the only place that seems to think that if we come and give you this, you have to be like us. You have to speak our languages. You have to do things the way we do. Because in your head, but I'm like, but didn't we teach you how to bathe?
Oh, you know.
I'm going to stop. I think I've got to upset and I'm going to stop. Are you leaving? That's the end of the world recap. The world recap is canceled. Because
it's not canceled.
I was about to go on a rant.
It's okay.
And read. We taught you how to read too.
Yeah. Anyways, what is next?
That's it for today.
That's it for today?
Yeah.
Oh, I was having so much fun.
Is that we did plan on these things being super short. Last week was long because we kind of had a lot of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And
no, we have 49 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, it's still long, but we had a lot of technical and we kind of wanted to be short, but we want you guys to enjoy us, and it's not always going to be the same.
Yeah, let us know. Keep the feedback coming.
Next week we're going to have some guest hosts. Be on the lookout.
That should be
And
exciting.
we're gonna be filming live from New Orleans
For the Noya. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
me
really
too.
excited about it. Are we gonna do our song? Okay, so it sucks that we doing our songs of the week, but we can't play them for more than like 10 seconds. Because as soon as, first of all, the first episode took 4 hours to save. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it, and that's not even including me editing it. Edited it, took 4 hours to save, and then when I was ready to upload it to YouTube, it took 2.5 hours to upload.
And then like 30 minutes.
Not even 30 minutes, Joan. It was 5 minutes later. YouTube was like, flag.
Video going down.
We're like, it's not. Dispute. So hopefully they don't take our first episode down because.
If you do, you already watched it. It's lit.
Yeah,
and it's on SoundCloud.
It is on SoundCloud. Oh,
Yeah.
so you can listen. Well, we want you guys to see us.
Because we're beautiful.
Anyways, songs of the week.
They're lit this week. We're not moody this week. We feeling the vibe. JC just texted us asking if we want to do something this night.
Yo.
Hey JC,
What's up? You subscribe to our YouTube. Shout out to you.
first one.
Thank you.
Shout out to you. Follow
Liz.
JC on Instagram.
I gotta. Okay. I'm editing this, Joan.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
So you want to start? What is your first one?
My first one, I want to give a shout out to ASAP Ferg. I've loved you from the beginning. And I just want to say, Plain Jane
Make you want to do some
speaks to my soul on a thought level.
Young Thotty.
Yeah. Ride with the mob, Hamdulillah. Check in with me and do your job. Berg is the name, Ben Baller did the
this too
chain.
long?
Torno for the
It's
watch,
okay.
Prezi Plain Jane. Yeah, Bikini chain, rest in peace to my superior. Hermes, Lugafita village in Liberia. TMZ,
Okay.
hysteria.
Shout out to you, Ferg.
Yeah,
And the
that was-
mob.
That's good. I mean, mine is. It's not a lit one like that.
Oh.
I mean, it feels so good. It's ASAP Mob.
But
Mob.
yo, can I tell
They
y'all
feel so
though?
good.
You have to listen to this song
With the bass.
With the bass.
The bass line is crazy.
Crazy.
And it's lit. And it gives you a vibe, but it's a lit vibe.
It is. It's a precursor to Plain Jane.
Right.
Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, no. To none of you rappers or actors, I swear that these niggas be fake. Yeah, fuck on my face. Yeah. Way too much food on my plate.
Oh, here goes. Ready?
Yeah, diamonds on blank.
Woo!
I'm gonna just put the voice overlay. No, I can't do that. YouTube is gonna hate us.
It's okay. They'll get
YouTube
over
is
it.
gonna kick us out of YouTube.
My next one, as much as I said maybe we weren't in a moody vibe, I love Division. If you don't know who Division is, get to know them.
Yes.
DVSN.
Yeah.
They have a song called "Don't Choose,"
Yeah.
and
That's a good one.
It's a good
That's a good
one.
one.
I just a piece so she can love me.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
Don't choose a girl tonight. Don't choose a friends
All right.
tonight.
Oh gosh.
Where you at? You gonna give us Afrobeats or no?
I guess I did not. I'm just looking at a song that I like. Dang. I don't think I have nothing, Joan.
What?
That's terrible.
You're terrible.
I didn't do my homework.
All right.
Um,
Well,
I guess I will do. Okay, go ahead. Say goodbye. I'll find the song.
I'm gonna say goodbye, and we're gonna say goodbye to Naija Baby.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Second episode. Having wild thoughts about being a wild thought.
Hey,
Send us an email. Ask us questions.
ask us questions. Leave us comments.
Leave us
whatever.
suggestions.